We are officially headed into the winter meetings where the stove is about to heat up. I'm here to tell you what the first thing should be on every MLB team's Christmas list. But before we get started, make sure you like and subscribe to stay tuned with the best baseball content. The list of teams is in a random order, so let's get straight into it. First team I have is the Arizona Diamondbacks. The one thing they need is a veteran bat. Three names that should be highlighted are Jorge Soler, Cody Bellinger, and JD Martinez. Next up, we have the Baltimore Orioles. I think they need an ace. They need an elite starting pitcher. I can see them going out and either grabbing Yoshinobu Yamamoto or Blake Snell. I think they need one of those two guys. Up next, I have the Boston Red Sox. They're kind of in a weird spot right now. I do think they should keep buying. One thing that I did notice in their lineup is that they do need an ace and they also need a middle infielder. So I think they can be the team to go out and trade for Corbin Burnes and Willy Adames. Next up, we have the Chicago Cubs. A team that has a lot of holes to fill. They are missing out on Cody Bellinger. I think they do need another bat to spark up that lineup. I think they should have an eye on Rhys Hoskins. Next up, we have the Chicago White Sox. I think the one thing they need to do to want to find success in the near future is they need to start their rebuild because they're not going all in for anything. And when they do, it just tends to fail. So I think they need to trade Dylan Cease and Luis Robert Jr. for big haul of prospects. Cincinnati Reds, I believe they need veteran presence in their lineup. I think a big bat they could sign is Cody Bellinger. The Atlanta Braves, one of the most complete teams in the MLB. I think one thing that can really put the nail in the coffin for them and probably get them to the World Series is signing another good starting pitcher. I think they can either go trade for Dylan Cease or sign Marcus Stroman. The Cleveland Guardians, I think they need to spend their money on a star bat. I think they're another one of those teams that should be competing for one of the three guys of JD Martinez, Cody Bellinger, or Jorge Soler. The Colorado Rockies, honestly, there's not much to say about them. Anything they try just never works. The best thing they could do is just get rid of Chris Bryant and try to get something back and dump that contract. But they're just going to be at the bottom of the standings because they honestly don't know what they're doing. Detroit Tigers, they have given their fans nothing to watch lately. I think they're going to be a team that should go out and sign Shohei Ohtani. He should be on the top of their list. Bring some star power in there and bring some fans in that ballpark. And you could have a young team coming up pretty soon. The Houston Astros, another solid all-around complete team. They are already high on payroll. So I think the one thing that should be on their Christmas list is to deepen their bench. They can go maybe sign guys like a Randall Grichuk or Jurgensen Profar just to make that bench a little bit deeper. Kansas City Royals. They're a team that won't be going big at all. I can see them just go and sign some minor starting pitchers, maybe someone like a Wade Miley or Zach Davies, someone along those lines. The Anaheim Angels, if they want to be good in the near future, they need to trade Mike Trout. Mike Trout is their last chance of being good in the near future. And if they are smart, they need to include Anthony Rendon in that trade package with Mike Trout. Get a big haul of prospects and dump that Rendon contract, and you could be seeing possibly a good team within 3 to 5 years. But if you keep Mike Trout, you're going to be pretty bad for a while. Next, I have the Los Angeles Dodgers. The one thing this team needs the most is starting pitching. I think they need a star starting pitcher because, I mean, look at this rotation. I think they need to get 1 or 2 good pitchers. Good names that pop up is going to be Blake Snell, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and I could see them make a trade for Dylan Cease or Corbin Burnes. I think they need to get one of those guys and maybe another middle of the rotation pitcher. The Miami Marlins, they have pretty good starting pitching. I think one thing they can do is deepen that lineup a little bit more, add some consistency. I can see them going after a bat like Heimer Candelario or maybe even signing Lourdes Gurriel Jr. The Milwaukee Brewers, they're in a weird spot right now. That division isn't good at all. They're in a position where they can buy or sell, and by the looks of them just losing their manager, they're probably on the way of selling. So their Christmas list probably is going to contain selling some good players for more of a prospect return. And of course, those big names is going to be Corbin Burnes and Willy Adames. And maybe Christian Yelich if there's a good package in there. The Minnesota Twins, they just lost Sonny Gray. They need some starting pitching badly. I can see them being a team that's going to go sign Eduardo Rodriguez or Jordan Montgomery. The New York Mets, they have a pretty solid lineup. They sort of failed this year, but this is why we're in the winter meetings, to try to make them better for next year. I can see them going big with the starting pitcher. They need it bad. First person on their list should be Yoshinobu Yamamoto. The New York Yankees, the first thing on their list should be consistency. They need a bat that's going to be consistent all year round. I can see them signing like a Matt Chapman or a Shohei Ohtani, and maybe going after some minor bats too to keep the lineup rolling. Oakland A's, I'm not even going to waste any time. They just need to sell the team. Philadelphia Phillies, they have a very high payroll. But one thing that they've always needed help in is that bullpen. They need to go and sign a closer like Josh Hader. The Pittsburgh Pirates, they're a very young team, and who knows what type of path they're on. I think the thing that should be on the top of their list is signing people with a lot of potential. Somebody they can flip back around. Maybe somebody like Lucas Giolito or a Joey Gallo. Somebody that they can turn around to help a lot. Next up, I have the San Diego Padres. Yeah, we all know what happened with their payroll. They pulled out a pretty big loan, but the one thing to do is dump that payroll. If they want to keep a consistently good team, team. They're going to need to trade Juan Soto. That should be on the top of their list. And not get back prospects, but get back players who are ready to perform now and win now. Next up, I have the San Francisco Giants. It's time for them to close a deal on a big superstar. It's been quite a while. They had Arson Judge and Carlos Correa. What should be on the top of their list should be going after Shohei Ohtani and closing that deal. The Seattle Mariners. We know how great their pitching is, how great their bullpen is. They need some more bat depth. They should be a team going after Shohei Ohtani or Matt Chapman. The St. Louis Cardinals, which has been their biggest problem, which needs to get fixed, is their starting pitching. They did sign a couple starting pitchers. They need more help though. Sonny Gray shouldn't be the ace of that team. Some of the big names on the top of their list should be Shota Imanaga, Blake Snell, or like a Marcus Stroman. They need an ace in there. Tampa Bay Rays. We know they're a team that likes to stay young, but it's time to spend money on a big star, and one of those stars needs to be a bat. I can see them having a big want in Shohei Ohtani. Because, I mean, let's face it, when are they going to spend money? If they don't buy a big bat, I think they should buy veteran bats, maybe somebody like a Justin Turner or a JD Martinez. The Texas Rangers, World Series champs. Even though they were World Series champions, they still have a lot to improve on. In the regular season, their bullpen was abysmal. Luckily, they came through in the playoffs and won the World Series, which was probably one of the main factor why they won the World Series. But they need to go out and get a closer like Josh Hader. The Toronto Blue Jays. They definitely do have a great lineup, so I think the first thing that should be on their Christmas list has to be a starting pitcher, and I think they need a left-hander. Top couple people that should be on their list is like Eduardo Rodriguez or Shota Imanaga. And last but not least, we have the Washington Nationals. I think the top thing on their Christmas list should be time. They have a very young team who can be very great very soon. Time will tell with them. They just need to keep rebuilding, keep developing those players, and I think they'll be set very soon. That is going to conclude these MLB teams Christmas list. If you guys have any concerns or any changes you guys would like to make, let me know down in the comments. Once again, make sure you like and subscribe this video for more baseball content, and I'll see you in the next one.